King Nefertari Cobra. King Cobra was the ruler of Alabasta, one of the most respected and beloved monarchs in the world of One Piece. He wasn't just a king. He was a kind-hearted man who always put his people first. Even when his country suffered from droughts, war, and rebellion, Cobra remained calm and focused, trying to find peaceful solutions rather than resorting to force. During the reverie, Cobra asked dangerous questions. He wanted to know why his ancestor, Queen Lily, never returned to Marajwa. He also wanted to know more about the Void Century, the time erased from history, and the meaning behind the name D. His curiosity showed he cared not just about Alabasta, but about the truth of the world. Sadly, those questions cost him his life. In a secret meeting with the Five Elders and Emu, the shadowy figure who truly rules the world, Cobra was killed for learning too much. He realized that Lily's full name was Nefertari D. Lily, and that the D was more than just a letter. It was a legacy tied to the true history. To protect Vivi and preserve the truth, Cobra stood his ground, even as he was murdered. His death was blamed on Sabo, turning the revolutionaries into scapegoats. But those who saw the truth know Cobra died a hero. He gave his life for knowledge, for history, and for his daughter's future. St.Mjosgard. St.Mjosgard was once a typical celestial dragon, arrogant, cruel, and viewing everyone beneath him as nothing more than tools or slaves. Like most of his kind, he believed that being born a god gave him the right to look down on the world. But everything changed when his life was saved by someone he would have considered less than human, Queen Otohime of Fishman Island. After being shipwrecked and badly injured, Mjosgard was rescued by Otohime, a kind and peaceful leader who believed in coexistence between fishmen and humans. Her compassion deeply shook him. For the first time, Mjosgard saw that the people he had always looked down on were not lesser beings. They had hearts, families, and dreams just like him. This moment transformed him. He abandoned the cruelty that defined the celestial dragons and began using his position to help others, especially the fishmen. During the reverie, when the mermaid princess was nearly abducted by other celestial dragons, Mjosgard stepped in and protected her. He stood up against his fellow nobles, declaring that she was under his protection. It was a rare and shocking moment, a celestial dragon siding with those considered lesser races. But in the twisted world of the Celestials, showing kindness is treated as betrayal. Because of his actions, Mjosgard was later judged by the Gods Knights, a mysterious group that enforces the laws of the Celestial Dragons. Their leader, St. Figarland sentenced Mjosgard to death. He was executed for the crime of showing compassion. They crucified him not just to kill him, but to make an example out of him, to remind the world and the other Celestials that defiance would not be tolerated, even if it came from one of their own. Pythagoras. Pythagoras is one of the 6 satellite bodies of Dr. Vegapunk, created to represent a specific part of his vast intellect. In Pythagoras' case, he embodies logic and scientific curiosity. He is methodical, focused on calculations, data, and rational thinking. Out of all the satellites, he's the one most connected to the engineer side of Vegapunk, the one constantly thinking about numbers, technology, and efficient systems. During the Egghead Arc, Pythagoras plays a key role in managing the lab's inner systems and security while the world government launches a surprise attack on the island. When mysterious sabotage begins disrupting the laboratory and the Seraphim unexpectedly turn against them, Pythagoras investigates one of the explosions. While examining the damage, he's caught off guard by Seraphim S-Snake, the childlike clone of Boa Hancock. Though his head detaches and survives for a moment, S-Snake mercilessly crushes it, confirming his death. Shaka is one of the 6 satellite bodies of Dr. Vegapunk. Among them, he is known as Vegapunk 01 and represents logic and good judgment. Out of all the satellites, Shaka is the most composed, responsible, and moral, acting like a leader among them. During the Egghead Arc, Shaka serves as the primary communicator with the Straw Hat crew. He's the one who explains the structure of a lab, the truth about the Seraphim, and the hidden history Vegapunk is researching. He shows great trust in Luffy and his crew, even unlocking the CP0 agent's prison cells in hopes of a peaceful resolution. He clearly values freedom of information, the safety of innocent people, and doing what's morally right, traits that set him apart from other Vegapunk satellites, who often act selfishly or recklessly. Tragically, Shaka is betrayed by York, another satellite who wants to become a celestial dragon. Shaka tries to help the prisoners, believing he's doing the right thing. But as he turns to leave, York shoots him in the head at close range. Atlas. Atlas is one of the very first bodies of Dr. Vegapunk that was introduced in the Egghead Island arc. She is quite large in stature, towering over the likes of Luffy and even Jinbei. Atlas represents the wrath within Dr. Vegapunk, and she makes use of that in quite a spectacular manner. Later, when the Straw Hats and Vegapunk were trying to escape, Atlas made a critical choice. She sacrificed herself by launching a direct attack on the Seraphim in order to buy time. In doing so, she exposed herself to overwhelming force. She was blown apart, and it was confirmed that her body had been damaged beyond repair. Unlike other satellites who were killed through betrayal or surprise, Atlas died fighting, like a true warrior. Ginny. Ginny was once a slave on God Valley, suffering under the rule of the celestial dragons. She escaped with the help of Bartholomew Kuma and Ivankov, and together they formed the Freedom Fighters, a group that would later become the Revolutionary Army. Ginny rose to become the commander of the East Army and developed a deep bond with Kuma through years of fighting side by side. However, her life took a tragic turn when she was abducted by the world government and forced to become the wife of a celestial dragon. After 2 years in captivity, Ginny managed to contact Kuma and revealed she was dying from a rare disease called sapphire scales, which turned her skin to crystal when exposed to sunlight. Kuma rushed to her location in the Sorbet Kingdom, but arrived too late. Ginny had already died, leaving behind a baby, Jewelry Bonnie, her daughter. Kuma, heartbroken, took Bonnie in and devoted his life to saving her, even sacrificing his own body and freedom to give her a future. Dr. Vegapunk. He was the smartest man in the world and knew many secrets about the past, things the world government wanted to hide. Because of this, one of the 5 elders, St. Saturn, came to the island and killed him to keep those secrets from getting out. Even though Vegapunk had help from the Straw Hat Pirates, he still couldn't escape. Saturn used his spider-like demonic Zoan form to kill him in a very scary and sudden way. But before he died, Vegapunk made a video message that would be shown to the whole world. In that message, he started to tell the truth about the history the government tried to erase. His death was painful, but his final message gave people hope and made them question what the world government was hiding. Even though Vegapunk is gone, his words are still being heard. His death may lead to big changes in the world. St.Jaygarcia Saturn. St.Jaygarcia Saturn, one of the 5 elders and a high-ranking celestial dragon, was believed to be untouchable, both in power and authority. As one of the Gorosei, he ruled from the shadows, issuing orders that shaped the fate of the world. But in the climax of the arc, something unexpected turned the battle. Luffy, in his Gear 5 form, overwhelmed Saturn's monstrous abilities. And when Dr. Vegapunk's pre-recorded message finally began broadcasting to the world, despite Saturn's efforts to silence it, his failure became clear. After the events at Egghead, Saturn informs the Vice Admirals that they successfully acquired York, Punk Records, and the power station. However, Saturn expresses disappointment not over Luffy and Bonnie's escape, but because Dr. Vegapunk's message was broadcast. When Doberman questions whether Vegapunk's message was true, Saturn violently injures him, unsettling the others. Back with the Gorosei, Garling unexpectedly arrives in their chamber wearing elder-like robes and announces he has been appointed the new warrior god of science and defense, replacing Saturn. His authority over York unsettles the remaining elders. Back on Egghead, Saturn suddenly collapses as a dark energy leaks from his body. Realizing Imu is punishing him for allowing Joy Boy to escape, he begs for mercy, but his pleas are ignored. In moments, his body explodes and withers into a skeleton, horrifying the Vice Admirals. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Got thoughts or questions? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care and stay awesome.